Welcome to my channel. Subscribe and enjoy my new stories every day. I've always believed in trust. Trust is the foundation of any relationship, and I held it dearly between me and my wife, Lou. We shared everything, our dreams, our fears, and even the mundane details of our day-to-day lives. But lately, something had shifted. Lou had become distant, her laughter replaced by a distracted gaze. I brushed it off at first, attributing it to the stress of work, but as the weeks turned into months, my unease began to grow. It started with little things. A missed call here, a late-night email there. At first, I told myself I was being paranoid. Who wouldn't be busy with the demands of work? But then I noticed the way she would quickly close her laptop whenever I walked into the room. Or the way her phone buzzed incessantly, and she would hastily grab it, a nervous smile dancing on her lips. My heart raced as I struggled to suppress the gnawing suspicion that clawed at my insides. One Thursday evening, as I prepared dinner, I caught a glimpse of her computer screen. The blue glow lit up the darkened room, illuminating her email inbox. A soft click of the mouse revealed the latest email, and my heart sank. I could see her coworker's name at the top, the subject line tantalizingly vague, project updates. I paused, a chill creeping over me. The urge to look closer was overwhelming. I knew I shouldn't invade her privacy, but the knot in my stomach convinced me otherwise. I found myself gravitating toward the chair at her desk, my breath hitching in my throat as I sat down. With trembling fingers, I clicked open the email. What I saw next shattered my world. It wasn't reports or graphs they exchanged. Instead, intimate photos filled the screen, photos that should have remained private, shared only between lovers. My mind raced, 1,000 questions colliding in my head. Had I really been so blind? The laughter we shared, the sweet nothings whispered in the dark, had it all been a lie? The reality of Lou's betrayal crashed over me like a tidal wave, leaving me gasping for breath. I felt anger rising within me, a hot, suffocating rage that demanded release. I slammed the laptop shut, the sound echoing in the silent room. The weight of betrayal was almost unbearable, and the impulse to confront her surged through me like electricity. But as I paced the kitchen, clenching my fists, another thought crossed my mind: revenge. I could no longer allow her to live in the blissful ignorance of her deception. If she could betray me so easily, I would show her that consequences awaited. The gears began to turn in my mind, mapping out a plan that was as exhilarating as it was terrifying. When Lou walked through the door later that evening, I forced a smile, masking the storm brewing inside. She looked up, surprise flashing across her face at my unexpected cheerfulness. "Hey, Han. Dinner smells amazing," she chirped, her voice too bright, too innocent. "Thanks," I replied, the word bitter on my tongue. "I thought we could have a nice evening together, just the two of us." Her smile widened, and I felt a pang of guilt, but I quickly squashed it. This was for my own peace of mind, for my own retribution. "What do you want to eat?" "I've made your favorite," I continued, forcing warmth into my voice. "Really? You're the best," she beamed, completely unaware of the darkness lurking behind my facade. As we sat down to eat, the conversation flowed easily, but my mind was elsewhere. I watched her laugh, her eyes sparkling with a joy that felt like a dagger in my heart. Each bite of food tasted like ash, and the weight of her betrayal hung between us, thick and suffocating. "What's wrong, babe? You seem a bit off," she asked, concern etching her features. I forced a laugh, the sound empty and hollow. "Just a little tired from work." "You know how it is," I replied, my voice steady despite the tempest raging within me. As the evening wore on, I plotted my revenge in silence, calculating each move with precision. Lou had no idea what was coming, but I would make sure she remembered my name long after I was gone. I would shatter her world just as she had shattered mine. After she fell asleep, I lay in bed staring at the ceiling, my heart racing at the thought of what I discovered. I wouldn't let this go unpunished. Tomorrow, I would take the first step in my plan, and there would be no turning back. The trust that once bound us was shattered, and now, I was determined to break her life in return. The thrill of it surged through me, awakening something dark and fierce. I closed my eyes, allowing the anger to wash over me. This was just the beginning. The next chapter of our lives would be written by me, one of betrayal and revenge. And as the darkness embraced me, I felt a twisted sense of satisfaction. The sun rises too early the next day, casting a harsh light through the curtains, waking me from a fitful sleep. I lie in bed, staring at the ceiling, the events of the previous evening racing through my mind. The thrill of revenge stirs my senses, I can feel the adrenaline coursing through my veins. I have a plan, and today is the day I begin to execute it. I wait until Lou has left for work, her heels clicking against the floor, the front door shutting with a soft thud behind her. The moment she's gone, I spring into action. I grab her laptop from the kitchen counter, my heart pounding with a mix of excitement and dread. I sit down at her desk, my fingers poised above the keyboard. I need to gather evidence, something solid that will expose her betrayal to everyone she holds dear. I connect the laptop to my own computer, my mind racing as I think of the intimate emails and photos I found yesterday. I start sifting through her files, my pulse quickening. I need to make sure this betrayal isn't just a private affair, I want her colleagues and friends to see her for who she really is. I come across folders labeled Work, Projects, and Personal, but one folder stands out, Memories. My heart races as I click it open, revealing a treasure trove of photos. I scroll through images of us, happy moments, trips we took, all the smiles and laughter that now feel tainted. But I continue searching, determined to find something that will truly hurt her. Finally, I strike gold. Hidden within the folders, I discover a subfolder labeled Eric. The name sends a jolt of anger through me. I knew this was the coworker she had been texting. I click it open, my breath hitching in my throat as I am greeted with the very images I had dreaded, intimate photos of Lou, her laughter frozen in time, shared with a man who isn't me. I feel a surge of fury wash over me, the pain of betrayal mixing with the thrill of my plan. I take screenshots of the photos and email them to myself, ensuring I have copies saved. But I don't stop there. I need to escalate this, I want Lou to feel the weight of her choices. I open her social media account, still logged in. My fingers hover over the keyboard as I contemplate my next move. What if I post one of those photos? Expose her to her friends, her family. The thought sends a thrill down my spine, but I know it could have serious repercussions. Maybe I can find another way. Suddenly, a plan begins to form in my mind. I decide to create a fake account, one that can discreetly connect with Eric and let him know I know everything. I can make him question everything, his relationship with Lou, his career, and even his own morals. This will not only hurt her but him as well. I smirk at the thought. After creating the account, I craft a message. Hey Eric, I think you need to be careful. Lou isn't who you think she is. You might want to check your emails. I sit back, feeling a twisted sense of satisfaction as I hit send. The thought of him squirming, questioning Lou's loyalty, gives me a rush. With my heart racing, I shut down her laptop and push it back to its place. I know I need to act casual when Lou returns home. I practice a smile in the mirror, but my heart beats faster, knowing what I've just set into motion. When Lou walks through the door later that evening, I'm at the kitchen counter, chopping vegetables as if everything is normal. She strolls in, her hair falling in waves over her shoulders, a slight smile on her face. Hey, I'm home, she chirps, her tone too bright, too cheerful. What's for dinner? Just your favorite pasta, I say, forcing a grin. Thought I'd surprise you. How was your day? She begins to talk about her work, but my mind is racing. I can't focus on what she's saying, my thoughts consumed by the chaos I've unleashed. Oh, I did get a message from Eric today, she casually mentions, stirring the pot on the stove. My heart stops. I turn to her, feigning curiosity. Oh. What did he say? Lou shrugs, oblivious to the tension brewing beneath the surface. Just some updates on the project. You know how it is. Right, I respond, masking my anger. I want to scream, to confront her, but I know I must remain patient. The real revenge is coming, and I need to see how far I can take this before I expose her. As dinner unfolds, I push down the rising frustration, biting my tongue as she speaks animatedly about her day. I nod and smile, though inside, my mind churns with thoughts of betrayal. The idea of her with Eric, laughing, sharing secrets, and exchanging those intimate photos makes me sick. After dinner, Lou leans against the counter, looking satisfied. Want to watch a movie? She asks, her eyes sparkling. Sure, why not? I say, trying to sound enthusiastic. As we settle down on the couch, I can't help but feel the tension hanging between us, thick and suffocating. I'm acutely aware of her presence beside me, her warmth contrasting the cold rage simmering within me. Every time she shifts, it feels like a reminder of her betrayal, a physical manifestation of her infidelity. The movie plays, but I barely pay attention. Instead, I steal glances at her, wondering how someone who once seemed so perfect could betray me so easily. I feel the weight of my plan pressing down on me, a constant reminder that this is just the beginning. I've set the wheels in motion, and soon, the truth will unravel. I just need to be patient. My resolve hardens as I realize there's no going back. This betrayal will be avenged, and I'll make sure Lou knows that her choices have consequences. The night stretches on, filled with the tension of unspoken truths, and I can hardly wait for the next move in my plan. The following days stretch on, each one filled with an unsettling tension that seems to thicken the air between Lou and me. My heart races as I replay our interactions, each casual smile and innocent touch fueling the anger simmering just below the surface. I am caught in a web of betrayal, but I remind myself that I am also the architect of my own revenge. Lou continues to go about her daily routine, her laughter ringing through the house like a mocking reminder of the trust she's shattered. I act like everything is fine, but inside, my mind is a storm of thoughts and plans, each one more sinister than the last. I need to make my move, and the longer I wait, the more anxious I become. One evening, as we sit across from each other at dinner, I decide it's time to take a risk. Lou, can we talk? I say, my voice steady but edged with tension. Her fork pauses mid-air, and she looks up at me, confusion flickering in her eyes. Talk. About what? About us, I reply, keeping my tone neutral. I feel like there's something we need to address. A shadow crosses her face, and for a moment, I see the vulnerability behind her confident facade. What do you mean? I take a breath, my heart racing as I prepare for the confrontation. I feel like you've been distracted lately. You've been spending a lot of time on your phone, and I can't help but wonder what's going on. Lou sets her fork down, her expression shifting to one of defensiveness. I'm just busy with work. You know how stressful it is, she retorts, but there's an edge to her voice that makes my stomach churn. Busy with work? I challenge, keeping my voice low and steady. Or busy with someone else? Her eyes widen, and for a fleeting second, I think I see guilt flicker in them. What are you talking about? She asks, her tone sharp. Let's not play games, Lou. I found your emails. I saw everything. I lean forward, my heart pounding as I lay it all bare. The pictures, the messages. I know about you and Eric. A heavy silence hangs in the air, her mouth opening and closing like a fish out of water. I can see the gears turning in her mind, her panic rising as the weight of my words settles in. You don't understand, she stammers, the color draining from her face. Then explain it to me, Lou. How do you explain the photos? The intimate messages. My voice is steady, but my heart races as I prepare for her response. I was going to tell you, she says, her voice trembling. It's not what you think. We were just flirting. Flirting? I echo, incredulous. Flirting doesn't involve sending naked pictures. You crossed a line that you can't come back from. Please, just let me explain, she pleads, her eyes welling with tears. Explain what, Lou? How you destroyed our marriage for a cheap thrill. My voice rises, the anger boiling over. Do you think I'm just going to sit here and let this happen without a fight? I never meant for it to go this far, she cries, her composure crumbling. It was a mistake. I didn't want to hurt you, I swear. Then why did you? I shoot back, my heart aching at the raw betrayal. Why did you let it go this far? She looks down, the shame washing over her face. I don't know. I was just caught up in the moment, and Eric, he made me feel wanted again. I thought it was just harmless fun. Harmless fun. I shake my head in disbelief. Do you even hear yourself? This isn't some high school crush, Lou. You're playing with someone's life, and you don't seem to care about the damage you've done. Her gaze finally meets mine, and I see a flicker of realization pass through her eyes. I'm sorry, she whispers, but the weight of her words feels hollow. I really am. You're sorry. I scoff, bitterness dripping from my words. That's it? That's your excuse for breaking my trust? You think an "I'm sorry" will fix this? The reality of the situation crashes down on us, and the silence that follows feels like a chasm between us. The love I once felt for her is now a painful memory, tainted by betrayal. Look, I can't do this anymore, I say, my voice firm. I've tried to be understanding, but this is too much. I need to protect myself. What do you mean? She asks, panic rising in her voice. I mean I'm done, Lou. I can't stay in a relationship built on lies and deceit. I deserve better than this. Her face falls, the tears spilling over as she finally realizes the gravity of her actions. Please, don't say that. I can change. I'll do anything. You've had your chance to change, I cut her off, my heart hardening. You've already made your choice. As I rise from the table, I can feel the weight of finality settling over us. The silence stretches, heavy and oppressive, filled only by her sobs as I walk away. I head to the bedroom, where I pull out the box containing our wedding rings, each one a symbol of the vows we once shared. I take a deep breath, holding back the rush of emotions threatening to overwhelm me. I can feel the satisfaction of my plan bubbling beneath the surface, waiting to be unleashed. As I turn the ring over in my fingers, I feel a sense of clarity wash over me. Tomorrow, I will file for divorce. I will expose Lou for what she is, a liar and a cheat. The truth will be laid bare, and she will face the consequences of her betrayal. I won't let her walk away unscathed. She'll know that actions have repercussions, and I will make sure that everyone around her knows the truth. As the night deepens, I sit alone in the darkness, plotting my next move. The path of revenge is fraught with uncertainty, but I am committed to seeing it through. I will no longer be the victim in this story, I will be the one writing the ending. The day of reckoning arrives with a cool, crisp breeze that whispers promises of change. I sit at the kitchen table, my fingers nervously tapping against the wood as I finalize my plans. The air is thick with tension, a palpable anticipation building inside me. Today, I will take back control and ensure Lou feels the full weight of her betrayal. I've made the decision to file for divorce, but I won't stop there. I've gathered all the evidence, screenshots of her emails, the intimate photos, even the text exchanges with Eric. I've been meticulous in my preparations, and now it's time to deliver a message that echoes beyond our shattered relationship. As I prepare to leave, I glance at my phone. There's a message from my newly created fake account, the one I used to warn Eric about Lou's infidelity. Hey, I don't think you want to be with her. Just saying. I chuckle to myself, the excitement coursing through my veins as I hit send. I head to the courthouse, each step filled with purpose. The moment I walk through the doors, the finality of my decision sinks in. I am no longer the victim, I am the one wielding the knife. After filing the paperwork, I feel a rush of adrenaline as I walk back to the car, my mind racing with the thought of how I will expose Lou and Eric. Later that evening, I wait for Lou to come home, the tension building as the minutes tick by. When she finally walks through the door, her expression is one of confusion. Hey! You're home early. What's going on? She asks, her tone laced with feigned innocence. I take a deep breath, steeling myself for what's to come. We need to talk, Lou, I say, my voice cold and steady. I've decided to file for divorce. Her face pales, shock rippling through her features. What? You can't be serious. I am. You've betrayed me, and I can't be in a relationship built on lies. Please, let's talk about this, she pleads, desperation creeping into her voice. No more talking, Lou. You've had your chance. I take a step closer, my resolve hardening. But it's not just about our marriage. I've uncovered everything, the emails, the photos, the messages with Eric. Her eyes widen in horror, and I relish the panic that flickers across her face. You didn't show anyone, did you? Not yet, I say, my voice low and dangerous. But I plan to. You need to understand the consequences of your actions. Don't do this, she cries, tears streaming down her cheeks. I made a mistake. I'll change, I swear. No, Lou. You had your chance to change. You've already destroyed what we had, I reply, feeling a cold detachment wash over me. This is your reckoning. Just then, my phone buzzes, a notification that causes my heart to race. Eric has replied to my earlier message. What do you mean? Who are you? My pulse quickens as I realize my plan is unfolding perfectly. Just a friend looking out for you, I type back, the thrill of deception fueling my excitement. I can't wait to see how this all plays out. Lou steps closer, her expression frantic. Please, you can't tell anyone. I'll do anything. Anything. I challenge, my voice low. You think you can bargain your way out of this? You've betrayed my trust in the most intimate way possible. There's no going back. Just give me a chance to explain. I can fix this, she begs, her voice rising in panic. But I've made my choice, and I'm resolute. I'm not interested in explanations. I want you to feel the pain you've caused me. Just as I'm about to continue, my phone buzzes again. What exactly are you saying? Eric replies, confusion and concern lacing his words. I take a breath, relishing the power I hold. You should ask Lou about her little side project. The one where she shares her life, and body, with other men. Lou gasps, her expression shifting to one of rage. You can't do this. You don't know what you're doing. Oh, I know exactly what I'm doing, I reply, a cruel smile creeping onto my face. And I want you to see the consequences of your actions unfold. You think you can just waltz back into my life after this? No way. Lou lunges forward, desperation etched across her features. You're being cruel. I was lonely, and it was a mistake. Your mistake, Lou, was thinking I wouldn't find out. Your mistake was betraying me. With that, I hit send, watching as the message disappears into the digital ether. I feel a sense of satisfaction wash over me as I imagine the chaos that will ensue when Eric reads it. You're going to regret this, Lou says, her voice shaking with rage. You think this will hurt me? You're just making it worse for yourself. I step back, savoring the moment. No, Lou. This is the moment I take back my power. I won't let you walk away unscathed. As the tension in the room thickens, I see the realization wash over her. She knows this isn't just an argument, it's the end of everything we built together. The betrayal has shattered our relationship, and now it's time for the final act. Suddenly, my phone buzzes again, and I can see Eric's response lighting up the screen. What the hell? Is this true? The fear in Lou's eyes deepens, and I can feel the rush of adrenaline as I prepare for the fallout. You wanted excitement, didn't you? Well, congratulations. You've just invited chaos into your life. Lou lunges toward me, her anger boiling over. You don't know what you're doing. You're ruining everything. Everything was already ruined the moment you chose betrayal over honesty, I shoot back, my voice firm. In that moment, I realize I have become the very thing I despised, a person driven by vengeance and anger. I've lost the man I once was, replaced by a cold avenger ready to destroy. As Lou stares at me, her eyes filled with despair, I feel a wave of finality wash over us. I have crossed the point of no return, and there's no going back. The air between us crackles with unspoken words, each one a reminder of the love that was once shared. Now, all that remains is the bitterness of betrayal. Goodbye, Lou, I say quietly, my heart heavy. I turn to leave, knowing that the love we once had is now buried beneath layers of deceit. Wait, she calls after me, desperation lacing her voice. Please don't leave. I can fix this. But I don't look back. I know the truth now, our love has been irrevocably tainted. The finality of betrayal settles around us like a shroud, and as I walk out of the door, I feel the weight of my decisions bearing down on me. The chaos I set in motion will consume us both, and I'm left with the knowledge that our lives will never be the same. The cost of betrayal is high, and in this tragic ending, we part forever, haunted by the ghosts of what once was.